Hi and welcome to Game Creation, and in today's video what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sorting out the ammunition at the bottom of the screen. So at the moment it just automatically goes to 0 even though we can keep firing. We're just going to show how many missiles the player has left for each of the silos. So let's get started. Okay, so opening the same project as we started last week, and you can see the 3 silos there. And what we have here, as I showed last Monday, is just an animation which just keeps going down and down until you end up with no missiles, no ammunition left. So go to the event editor, and if I run it now, you can see that the animation just plays and then it's done. So what we want to do is we want to just stop the animation, and you can do that through animation and just stop. Now, we probably won't need this line later on because of the way we code it, but you can see that the animation's been stopped. But it has actually just started slightly, so we probably need to move these up the pecking order, make sure that this stops absolutely at the start. I don't know whether, yeah, there we are. So the stop it was happening too late and it was already having gone one. Now what I could do is go in here and just change the animation speed. So the speed could be just 0, means it just never goes through. Whoops. This is the problem with small objects with lots of alpha. And so it only changes when I want it to change. Let's just check that that's an allowable value. If I can click into it. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so we don't actually need that stop animation, but I kind of wanted to show you anyway. There we go. Okay, so player actions. User clicks left button, and then it works out which of the silos to fire from. And so we've got target 1, target 5, and target 9 because I include the cities with the targets. Okay, so I'm going to insert maybe a line of code, or insert a comment. Should be over here. So insert a comment, and I'll just say silo 1. Copy, Control C, Control V, Control V. So we're just going to move these to the other ones because this will be silo 2. It just helps me later on if I want to make changes, kind of quickly know which one's doing which. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to change the animation for silo 1 when silo 1's fired. So animation, change, I think it's animation frame, and we want to get the animation frame, get current frame, and we want to add 1 to it. Simple as that. Copy that for the second one, but we will need to edit it because it's silo 2, and do that for the next one. Whoops. Edit it, and we want this to be silo 3. Let's run it and see whether it works. So 1 fired there, 1 fired there, another 1 fired there. Let's fire loads here. Now what happens at the end? It's out of ammo. So it will keep firing even though it's out of ammo, so we need to deal with that. But how easy is that? Can you imagine like you using individual actives for that? That would take a long time and a lot of precious code. This is all done in what, 3 lines of code, and that's it. Just move the animation sequence on, and we don't actually need to keep track of how many ammunition each silo has as a separate counter, because what we can do is then compare to the animation sequence here. So if I insert and I get I need to do 2 general values, and we get the current frame of the animation, and if it's greater or equal, like technically it should just be equal, but we just cover our bases, and I think it's 9. Let's just say less than 9 it can fire. I'm not actually sure. I haven't counted. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Always one short. So if it's lower than 10. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it doesn't matter how many times I do it. Oh, it's going to go from up at the top. That's interesting. And that's because that creates the particle. And I think a particle is created elsewhere. So we'll worry about that in a bit, because that's not this line of code. So we're going to drag that in, and we're going to have that. And if you double click this, you can actually change what this is referencing to. So it'll be silo 2, and this one here will be silo 3. So we've got silo 1, silo 2, and silo 3. And we're using the animation sequence, like the animation sequence in this, as a counter. We don't need to introduce another counter. And you kind of want to limit the amount of counters you use, really, because you end up with thousands of counters when actually you don't need any. The next step is just to look through the code and see what else we need to change. So if we look above, we actually create the bullet, and then this changes it. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is have it all built into these three here. Because it seems to be a bit easier to do. So what I'm going to do is actually just copy and paste this. I'm going to remove all of the things we've done here, because we want these to happen first. So we want this to happen and this to happen first. And then what I'm going to do is just press Control and X, Control and V, and that will paste it underneath, which makes sure it happens next. I'm going to move this up, and I'm going to move this up. Simple as that. And just make sure we keep the order. I'm just going to do these for the others. Just remove them. Copy that. Copy that. And then Control and X, Control V. Drag and move that up. Drag and move that up. And then finally do the same for the last silo. And there's other ways of doing this. I could do this with flags and all sorts of things. But I want to try and keep this as simple as I can. And yes, I've duplicated code, but it makes it a lot simpler. So if I run it now, it will still create the crosses, but it won't create the pixel. Ooh, still creates the pixel. So we've got to look into why that's happening. Okay. So let's have a look. So player fires. Oh, because I haven't removed this. So we just go deactivate this. And oh, hang on. So why is that not working? It's not something logical. Ah, I know, because we've got a condition in here, so we want to get rid of that condition because we don't need it anymore. Don't need that anymore. And let's just test it now. So it should fire, and then no more. Fire, 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 no more. Fire, 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 no more. We shouldn't really get the crosses, so we want to remove we want the crosses to be formed with these as well. So all I need to do is Control X or Control C, Control V, and then drag that down. So Control C, Control V, Control V, and then drag that down. So it should only show the crosses. There we are. It's still showing the crosses because I haven't deactivated that line. Still with my life. Now I know this isn't quite how we want it to do. We want it to fire from a different one. But this will be great for testing purposes when we run out of bullets. And we worry about the firing from a different one later on. Okay, and now it's to tidy up. What's this one do? Okay, so adds one to the counter there and sets current. Okay, so that's fine. So we don't mind this one. And there we go. So it's all happening in this one or this one or this one, and then this just finishes it off nicely. And then this one, as we said before, just moves them to the correct position. Now we also want to change the speed of these little dots, so I might as well do that while I'm here. So I think they go too slow. If you look, say if I want to fire on this one, you'd think that you'd fire there, but it's actually going at the same speed as the red ones, and we don't want that. The game allows you to have quicker ones than that. So where did I say the speed was? Okay, so we've done enemy speed at level store. We don't want that. So let's go into the level store. Where's the level store? Actually, let's just have a look down here. So level data store. And we've got enemy speed, and then we should have player speed. And player speed needs to be a lot faster, maybe 5. And so if I go into event editor, and let's just update this so that it's to the player speed. And you can actually just change the text. I don't know, is it capital P? I think it's lowercase p. Right. And let's edit the Y as well. We just change it to the player speed, and it should be a lot quicker. So you'd expect yours to be quicker than theirs. There we are. That looks a lot better. And we can tweak that. I mean, you play it through, see whether it makes sense. But that looks pretty good. And we've got our firing ammo now. Next, we need to do the explosions, but we'll do that in probably tomorrow's video. So, any comments, please keep them coming in. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to see more from us, please click subscribe. We release videos every single weekday at 7 PM UK time. Thank you.